Hey, 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 welcome back. Welcome back to the Scorpio channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to my channel, I'm going to do a general message for Scorpio. Know that energy is fluid, roles could be reversed. Just interpret the message as it best resonates with you. Also know on this channel and all my channels, I like to dive deep within the reading. So I look at everything, but we take a lot more time to look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, to see how they play out as karmic themes. So the readings have a therapy style to them. They're healing style readings. If that might not be your thing, this wouldn't be your channel. However, for those of you that want to know why your person's doing what they're doing and why you're attracting, who you're attracting, and how you can shape shift the energy, this channel is going to be for you. All right, anything of any importance or relevance to the channel, you can find in the description box below. Now, if you resonate with the video, please give it a like, share, subscribe, definitely subscribe, and know that anything of any importance or relevance to the channel you can find in the description box, including my shadow healing coaching program for those of you that are looking for some sort of shadow healing coaching program that's affordable. I have a group shadow healing coaching program that I do with oracle cards, and we do inner child healing, shadow healing, reparenting, all the healing modalities to help you heal the effects of trauma. And it's very interactive. It's a lot of fun. I have games, giveaways. Right now, I'm combining my two channels, my three channels actually together. Um, my Gemini channel is a new channel, so I don't think I have any enrollments yet, but it's being done on Zoom, and eventually we're going to move on to, either YouTube and we'll break up into the original, zodiacs, or I might actually transfer on to school. I'm not sure yet. All right, just wanted to put that out there, and let's jump in to the reading. All right. Oh, and next shadow healing coaching is on Wednesday. And I think it's at 3 o'clock. For those of you that have enrolled, you will be getting an email. Okay, now the word of the video is impatient. Impatient. Let's pull another one. I'm going to pull from a different deck we normally don't pull from. Attached. So the thing is, it's like I feel like you've been in separation from a person for a long time that, they were supposed to be getting a divorce. They were supposed to be getting a separation. So I feel like you're growing impatient, like you're over it. You don't want to wait anymore. And this person is feeling it. Thing is, they have a very toxic type of connection that they're in. It's more of an attachment. So I feel like they've wanted to leave a few times, but the person that they're connected to, I feel like gives them a big problem about it. And so the thing is that you've been dealing with them for a long time, and you feel like that they're not committed to you because hey, they must still be in search for something else. So they keep themselves stuck in like this energy with this past, like karmic, we'll call them. But you know, I feel like it's a comfort space because that's what I'm feeling off of you, almost like, hey, like I've given this ample enough time that you should know whether you want me or not. And if you don't want me and it's just more comfortable to stay where you are because you're still looking for whatever that person is. And I feel like this person got defensive over it. And anytime you brought it up, and they felt like after a while you were confronting them to the point that you were getting like aggressive over it. Now, I'm not saying that you were. I feel like you were like, you're not getting over on me. Like this person kind of like was toying, like was seeing how far that they could get away with, being connected to somebody else and still connected to you, and telling you that they're going to get a divorce or that they're leaving, but then they're staying and they're giving the time and the energy and the effort to that karmic. So of course you're getting impatient. Of course you're like, okay, like it's because they put their they make their own obstacles first of all. If a person really wants to get out of a connection, they get out. But I also feel like the person that they're connected to keeps putting obstacles because again, they have an attachment. And so the attachment doesn't mean that it's built on love anymore. It's more of a need. And that need, I feel like for the karmic is like not wanting the illusion that they live this happy little life where, they have money, they have, they live in a house, there's all the stability, but there's none of that. I feel like your person is in an attachment. They feel obligated, and the karmic knows that. But this person's afraid of losing you, so that karmic is not really getting what they want. They're used of being in a connection with somebody that they're able to, eventually, oh, you don't want to be with me, but I'm just gonna put obstacles in your way, and eventually you're gonna cave, and everything's gonna go back to the way that it always has been, where it's an attachment. Like I said, your person feels obligated to take care of this person. And so that's not what's happening because your person really has feelings towards you, and this karmic knows it. So even though the karmic keeps putting obstacle in front of obstacle in front of obstacle, like in front of your person so that they can't leave, what's happening is that your person's starting to really look at this karmic differently. They run away from avoiding facing their problems. So for a long time, this person was waiting for that karmic to like just end things. They thought if they just didn't give their energy to them, emotionally, then the karmic would give up. That's not what happened. It's like the karmic just kept putting obstacles because karmic knew exactly what they were doing. They're saying, you want to get out of this connection. I don't want you to get out of this connection. And this person doesn't really like having to deal with the confrontation. They're battling their own inner demons, and their inner demons are like, I feel obligated to this person. I feel like I may not be good enough for you. So, and I believe that the karmic is also feeding this person those things like you should feel horrible for how you're treating me. And how do you know that this person even wants to be with you? Because the karmic is putting obstacle in front of obstacle. Really, your person has the opportunity at any given moment to leave, but they have to make a choice. And that's what they didn't do. This person is working up the courage to contact you because they know that they have to give you something. At this point, they ran away because they felt that they couldn't live up to your needs and your expectations, and they certainly wouldn't be able to if they were still connected to somebody else that they don't want to deal with. And they knew that they weren't going to be able to live up to your expectations because you were never going to be in a relationship with someone that's attached to somebody else. That feels, like again, that they're going to be emotionally unavailable for you. Emotionally unavailable because hey, they have to be there for somebody else. They can't stand the thought of you being with someone else. So that was the issue. The issue is like I have a very strong attraction to you. I feel connected to you, but I'm attached to somebody else. So I kind of kept you on the hook, is what I'm feeling the energy of that, where now you're like, well, enough is enough. You don't want to see me with anyone else, but the loyalty isn't going to me. It's going to somebody else. And that's what that karmic knows. This person like is trying to like manifest you like in like by psychically putting it out there. And so they're sending you loving energy and they want to know whether you can feel it. You're the first person that has made them feel this way. Yes, they've been able to stay with that karmic. Yes, the karmic has been able to manipulate them. But what the karmic is seeing is that they're really having a hard time. They might be keeping them stuck, but your person's heart is still with you, and that's aggravating to them. There is someone keeping me from you, and that's what I'm telling you. It's this karmic. And that, but you inspire them in so many ways. You know why? Because you're not chasing them. You're not begging for them. You're like, well, if that's what it is, then that's what it is. Where this karmic is exposing themselves, where they keep putting obstacle and obstacle, and your person's like, I don't even want to be with you. I don't even treat you well. And, you're doing all this. It's not for me. It's for what that person brings to the table. It's the life that they're able to live because of that person, but your person is not strong enough to like break away. And so that thing is, one thing that you've done is you've made this person like grateful and grateful for the spiritual lesson. And because of you, they're actually seeing things from a different perception. They're seeing the toxicity that they're in an unhealthy attachment. And that's why they're saying, I'm done playing games. I don't want to be with this karmic anymore. So this karmic actually made the whole thing backfire on them because, like I said, your person felt obligated. They wanted to do the right thing. They wanted to do that. And so they acted like they didn't care when deep down they did because their unhealthy, attachment, keeps them in a place of, bad habits and behaviorisms because hey, as long as they're connected to that person, they're not free to date anyone that they want in a relationship where they can show up emotionally. So the relationship would always be temporary, which always lead in betrayal. Thing is, this person, because they're in this connection now, has come to a place where they're like seeing that there's, a lot of childhood wounding that have influenced their actions. And it's because they do have passion and a desire for you. And that's something that this karmic can't control. So they don't really want you to move on. It's like that. It's like there's a part of this person that they feel lost without you, but you also make them nervous and that they wish they could fix things between you because it's like you're not seeing them the same way now, but understand they are making changes for the better. It's like that's what you influenced because you didn't chase after them. What you said is, I'm real. It's like, and it's like we can have a connection, but unless you're going to treat me with the respect, I'm not going to be here. And, you're going to keep giving to that karmic. And that karmic is, like I said, it has exposed themselves to the point that your person's going through a spiritual awakening. And yes, a big part of it is because there's a lot of chemistry. This person feels like very attracted to you, you know, um, and that's really what it is. There's passion and desire, and that passion and desire is making this person change. But, they were in a very bad connection, a very toxic connection that made them feel as if they should be obligated to this person, making them feel, and they had to like go through the experience to get to a point, say like, how long do I have to like pay? That because I don't love you, like the way that you want me to love you. I don't love you. I feel like this person loves the person. They're not in love with the person. And they felt obligated for a long period of time. And staying in a connection like that allowed them to do whatever they wanted to do when they wanted to do it. But they treated you horribly. And that's what Spirit's saying the whole time. Actually, they actually treated you horribly. Because again, that person, and that's what that karmic wanted, figured, well, I can't control them, but you'll eventually give up. And so the thing is that your person is impulsive. It's like they've been suppressing themselves for a long time. And when we suppress ourselves, we are going to be impulsive because how long can you force yourself to live a certain way. They were living in accordance to how this karmic wanted them to live. They allowed that karmic to guilt them, through criticism, through, psychological and emotional like abuse, because this person really didn't really treat that karmic well either, because they were trying to please themselves. So they had the karmic there, and they looked one way to everyone on the outside, but what was really going on is not what it is. It's an attachment. So there's really no, emotional love there at this point. It's held together through guilt, through obligation, through things, through outside, you know, um, things. Again, keeping your person in a place of being a martyr. That's what they were. And that's why this person is going to be impulsive, because, how long can they stay in an environment where they're around this karmic that is making them feel bad, telling them they're a piece of crap, that they're not no good. How could you do this? I'm going to kill myself. They're telling them everything and everything, putting obstacle in their way, to saying, well, I'm hoping that whoever's waiting is going to leave, because you're going to think, whoever's waiting is going to think that you were giving to somebody else, which is what this karmic wants. And it's pushing your person into like their inner child wound. And possibly you, and also this karmic definitely is experiencing a lot of their wounds. If they were abandoned, they're being triggered right now where they feel abandoned. So they're fighting for what they perceive as theirs, almost like, you owe this to me. Because remember, attachment is held together not through love. It becomes almost like love because it's familiar, but there's no passion. And so again, this karmic has got themselves really invested in your person's life, where your person gave this person too much power, which happens again in codependent relationships. So this karmic might have been taking care of the finances, might have been taking care of like the house, made sure that their name was on everything, knowing quite well that this person really was not in love with him, but they loved them, and they would, because of like how much they did, the type of person, because they were so self-sacrificing, because again, that person, that karmic, doesn't have an identity of their own. So their identity was all about being this person's wife or being this person's husband, and then creating a life around that. And it was mainly because your person knows how to make money. So from the outside, it looks very good, but from the inside, it's not it's things are not as they seem. So, like I said, everyone's being pushed into experiencing and feeling their trauma right now from their inner child wounds, meaning like everyone's feeling abandoned, your person's feeling like they're trapped, that no matter which way that they go is not going to be the right way, that they feel obligated towards this karmic, they're stuck in a place of guilt, but they're also resentful. You're impatient, you're resentful because you're like, why are you giving energy to somebody else? And this karmic is resentful because they're like, why are you putting me in a position like this? It's like, after everything that I gave to you, after everything I did for you, you should be, everything should belong to me. You should have loyalty to me. You're a piece of crap. You don't have loyalty to me. I'm the person that, whatever it is, gave you children, helped you build your house, helped you build your business. I made you who you are. Like that's what this karmic is telling your person every single day. And, your person was like allowing the karmic to put obstacles in their way. And it's all because, again, that karmic doesn't want to shatter their self-image, and your person doesn't want to shatter their self-image either. They don't want to seem like the bad guy because, hey, they have to leave. And that's why they're so hypersensitive to what that karmic needs. that they're ignoring everything about you, which is what that karmic wants. They're trying to get to you through, again, knowing how stupid this person is. And I say stupid because they want to be the person that's the authority, but they're not the authority. They're a puppet because that karmic knows exactly what they're doing. And then your person's like, well, you can sit and you can wait because I need to, again, make sure that this person is going to be okay. Now your person's finally getting paranoid and understand there because they're feeling a lot of what that karmic is feeling because they're still there. And that karmic knows it's only a matter of time before your person leaves them for you. And now your person thinks so much time has gone by, and that they were lazy. The part of them didn't really want to do the work. Hey, it's kind of comfortable to be here, which again goes back to their inner child wounds, where it's like, staying in a very codependent type connection allowed them to be a martyr, allows them to look like the good guy. And then while making you be in a place of disempowerment while you have to work, when really they're in a place of disempowerment because they're allowing that karmic, supposedly, but it's not the karmic, it's this person. And understand that karmic is actually in a place of disempowerment because they don't trust your person because they know that they're not gonna they're at any given time they're gonna leave because the underlying energy is inadequate. Your person feels like a better person being there, giving to this karmic because, hey, I feel obligated because of how they treated them, when really the whole time they're just going to create the same types of toxic relationship with you because they're not creating intimacy. They feel inadequate because that karmic tells them, you're a piece of crap. There's something wrong with you. You should want to give to me. How horrible are you? It makes this person think things. It makes this person, not really want to move on with their life. And this person's lazy about it. It's like if they could have gotten you to do the work, they would have. Because again, they're acting like the victim. They're not the victim. They're choosing to stay in that situation. And it's because, hey, at this point, they already ruined the trust with you. The karmic already doesn't trust them. And so that's what this person brings to the table. They bring like major trust issues because they're not loyal to anyone, not even to themselves. See, they're being loyal now to this karmic now that they have already destroyed the relationship. So, which is why they can't be there for you fully because, hey, well, didn't treat this person right. So I want to make sure that I leave on the right terms, or I want this person to leave me. I don't really want to do it. I'll be the martyr until then. This way I don't really look like the bad guy. So where while the whole time what's happening is that this person is creating problems with you that they won't be able to fix or heal. And so, because it's like, again, there's a part of this person that's trying to avoid the burdens which this karmic is going to put onto them once they leave. And the burden could be financial burdens. It could be, again, the emotional burdens of feeling bad, and that's what they're trying to avoid. Really, but they don't really want to fix anything in the relationship. They don't want to do anything, and they don't want to fix anything in the relationship with you either, because that would mean that they would actually have to change. They would have to give you something. So that's the problem. It's like they're connected to someone right now, and they've been connected to this person for a long time. And the thing is that they're not happy, but they feel obligated and they're not strong within themselves. So, because again, this karmic has beat them down. So that's the issue. So, like, that's the thing. It's like this person just, you know, knows now that you probably see them through, when you had seen them through rose-colored glasses. You're you don't you took the rose-colored glasses off, is what I'm trying to say. It's like you're not seeing them that way anymore. But when you first met them, you did. So you didn't know. And now this person, that, their ego is fragile to rejection and criticism. So they created walls to protect themselves, and they have to live detached from that person. So again, there's no emotional connection there anymore. It's more obligation. And with you, it's like they can't really let you in either because because that person is there, and they know that that person's not gonna just let you come into their life. So they stay in this energy, which is not really making anybody happy. This person's struggling with codependency right now, and that afraid to be, they're afraid to let go of their old coping mechanisms. And the thing is that they feel you pulling away because again, like, and that even though they're afraid that you're going to leave them for good, what I see is we don't really see them doing that much about it. It's like this person, if anything, they want you to contact them. They may not respond, but knowing that you care, because understand this karmic is telling them, oh, you think that this person that you think that they're waiting for you? You're holding back from me, not being in a relationship with me, who you should be in a relationship with, who has sacrificed everything for you. Like you think that that person's waiting for you. They're not waiting for you. They've moved on. They don't want to be with you. So again, so this person doesn't even know what to do because they're like, well, I'm going to leave that karmic and then I'm going to go to you and you're not going to be there, which again, this person's extremely codependent. What that says is that they need to be with someone and they don't really care who it is, really. And that's what this karmic is saying, oh, you think that you want to be with them? You don't really want to be with them. That's lust. That's lust. And so then this person says, well, I've been so grounded all my life. It's hard for me to trust the spiritual elements of our connection, yet I can't deny that they exist. So, like this, because that karmic is saying, oh, you think again that they're waiting for you? You think that that person's perfect? That person's not better than I am. That person's not, that you're not going to be satisfied with that person. You fuck up all the relationships. Just like how you screwed things up with me. You're going to screw it up. It's you're not even there for them now. They're not waiting for you. So, again, keeping your person like, being like, I don't really even know whether you want to hear from me or not. So I want you to reach out to me. And that's what this karmic is saying. If they like you, they'll reach out to you. Trust me, trust me. But why would you reach out to them if they said that they were going to leave something and that they never left and that they feel more obligated to give to that person than to you? It doesn't make sense. There are subconscious blockages that are blocking this connection and just blocking you both from manifesting the life and the life experiences that you want. And so that's the issue, here. And that's this person. This person is like has that codependency going on, you know. They want to talk to you, but they're not sure that they're ready to give you everything, like everything, and give you the answers that you deserve. They don't want to they want to leave things out of what's going on with them, and that's because of this codependent relationship. Because they're like, well, if you know that they've been there giving the whole time, you're going to say, well, then you don't need to be with me. Then you clearly love that person more. And I'm not going to give you my time. And this is what this karma is hoping for. They're begging for that because they just can't, the thought of it is like too much for them to bear, And so they're afraid that this relationship is too good to be true, so they pull away, and that's because that karmic is saying that what you believe is a fairy tale. There is no such thing. I am your soulmate twin flame. I'm that person. And the karmic is saying saying this to your person. And so, and your person is like, that's not, they can feel that that's not true. And so, but the thing is, neither one of you were doing anything. Now your energy has become stagnant because they're not doing anything, you're not doing anything. So it's almost like making your person like a little bit like agitated, almost like this karmic is trying to like stir them up, get them to like think crazy so that your person will react to you in a negative way. But, on a deeper level, you both are alchemists to transform fear into love and shadow into light. So this situation is actually, going to help alchemize the situation, whether or not you're with this person or not, because this person shouldn't really be with that karmic person. There was actually a lesson that's learned from all of this, and that's what I'm saying. I feel like that the reason why this is playing out is not so much for you to be together with this person, but it was to highlight your inner wounds, and not just your inner wounds, but everybody in the story has inner wounds, inner child wounds. And it was when their parents couldn't respond to them in a way that they needed to. And so everyone at this point has reacted from that wound. And so, you might have said, well, I want to be nice, or I want to be more patient with this person. I'm going to hold space for them while they figure out how to get out of that situation. But in that, there was no real rush. They were like, oh, well, if you're comfortable with it, then I can take my sweet time, knowing damn well exactly who they're connected to, that person is going to put every obstacle in their way because they don't want to change their life, and then knowing that they hurt you. So now they're like, they hurt you and they're sorry, and they hope that you can forgive them someday and understand that they were acting from a place of fear, and that, this person like is continually, as long as they stay connected to that karmic, going to project their patterns onto you. And that's also going to project your patterns onto them. And it's going to make it really difficult to see what's real and what's not. And that's because this karmic is there, and this person feels obligated to be the martyr, to hold space for them, even though, even though that's not really what they want. It's mainly because it makes them look like a better person. It's makes them feel like, that they're not such a horrible person, because that karmic is telling them, hey, you're a piece of crap. You're not a good person. Like, who does what you're doing? You're gonna walk out on me? I'm the person that's helped you. I'm the person that's done. So your person feels guilty. This karmic like threatens them and does a lot of crazy stuff to make this person feel, like I said, obligated. So that's the issue. And then when we look at and say, well, what were the childhood wounds of your person, just to like see, like, what is it? Well, it's that this person has, like, I feel like there's a part of this person doesn't that tends to fall head over heels for people. They tend to fall head over heels and leap too fast without caution, and get themselves into a very shallow type of relationship. And so what happens is that they create affairs. And the thing is, the relationships are always just shallow. And that's the thing. So there's a part of this person that like falls head over heels, falls in love with actually being in love. And because of that, it's like they're almost going the opposite way, where, you know, they tend to, again, fall in love with being in love. That's the best way that I can explain it. But what then happens is that they also have a lot of, like, spiritual blockages, like where they created barriers, and barriers from the past. So it blocks them from actually having a good, healthy relationship. It's like too many boundaries, and that's the thing. And so people tend to feel like they're not genuine, and they're usually not. They usually have a different ideas of what love and intimacy are. And so, like, you may say, well, love and intimacy to me is that we're monogamous and you spend time with me and you're my best friend. Where this person would think that, like, no, you're my person, so I have sex with you every day, and you get to do for me. It's again that I allow you to do with me, that where you're my person, but it's all about them. And that's the issue. This person needs that. That's the type of relationship. And it's mainly because they didn't get what they needed in childhood. They have just too many spiritual blockages, past trauma. And so for them, they just don't give anything. They don't give anything in a relationship because of that. So, they're with that karmic, but it's beneficial. And they're also not and giving that karmic anything either. That karmic is actually fighting to keep them in their life. And your person like just is, you know, like feels obligated, but they feel obligated after the fact. And for you, why you attracted this person into your life. We'll pull six. Okay. So lies and secrets, self-love, frustration, belittled, time and attention, and hope are your inner child wounds and gifts. And I feel like you grew up in an environment where if you were belittled, you were bullied. And to be bullied by a parent means that, you weren't really taught to love yourself, to nurture yourself. I also feel like you didn't get the time and the attention that you needed. And time and attention is like to emotionally get your needs met. And so when that happens, it is frustrating. You live a life that's full of frustration because if your mother or father is a bully, then you begin to see the world as if they're going to bully you. Your habits, your behaviorisms are built on that. So you become more from a survival perspective, and life doesn't turn out easy. So you wind up living the lie. But really, the lies and the secrecy is that you grew up in an environment where you were bullied. So you're living that secret. But the psychological and the emotional abuse that comes from being belittled, you also live a lie. And so what it happened was is it took your hope away. And that's really why life was began to be frustrated, because you began to be conditioned in that environment where you just didn't feel safe. And that's the damage that is done when you have a parent that is a bully. When a parent like takes out their frustration and anger onto their child and then doesn't give time and attention to nurture the actual relationship. And that's what I feel like happens. Remember, hurt people, and our parents are just people, so Spirit says now it's all about using your voice. Use your voice to express yourself fearlessly. Speak with courage. Growing up in an environment where you were belittled, well, you were also trained not to like stand up for yourself, because again, if you're getting bullied by a parent, they're doing it where we're too afraid to like say anything. You might get hit, or get mocked or bullied more, so you suppress. So one thing that you would definitely need to heal and reparent is to learn how to communicate, learn how to set boundaries, learn how to ask for what you need. Because infinite possibilities, boundless opportunities arise when you release fear to fulfill your promise. That, we release fear by actually stepping into our passion. That's what it means to fulfill your promise, that you're not here by mistake, you're here by God's design, that the way that you contribute to humanity. And for everybody, because it's a collective reading, it's something different. It's what you love. It's where you lose your time, your energy, your focusing, your money. It's again when you're in the flow of the universe, you're living your bliss. And it's because you're in the energy of love by doing what you love, by becoming what you love, where Spirit says that's where the infinite possibilities are. That's when you are again fulfilling your promise, not just to yourself, but to God, God and the universe. The universe, the energy is unconditional love, which is the same energy as God's, which is the same energy as yours when you're open to receiving. And that this person, like I said, they were imbalanced, and they would have kept you in the same energy that you grew up in, which with a bullied parent, we're going to see that they didn't give you emotion, anything, no time, no energy, and that was this person, really. I mean, Spirit says you can't be in two places at one time. It's like this person was busy, making sure that someone else was comfortable. Now it's time for you to, again, fulfill your promise to yourself. And you do that by listening to the whispers of your soul. You align your actions with your values because infinite possibilities are there. And you had to release the chains that were binding you. Free yourself from the limitations, from the past perceptions that other people put onto you. You showed fierce strength that allows you to see yourself differently, which is really important. The Spirit says now it's time to go into uncharted waters and evoke your curiosity to discover new aspects of yourself and the world around you, and to go with confidence, because when you go into uncharted waters and you meet different people and you're embody new experiences, you get to see yourself for who you are today. You create new neurological pathways which erase the neurological pathways of the past, so you're able to actually see and actually embody limitless potential, where you can see that infinite possibilities are there, that the only limitation that you had was the one that you put on yourself. And that was created from the environment that you lived in, that you grew up in. And so Spirit had to bring you this person into your life to make you aware and of, hey, you actually deserve a lot more. And that, that's an illusion. And that when you take the time and you pour it into yourself by going out into the world, you actually will be pulled by what your heart desires, that your intuition will lead you. Again, you live your bliss. And that is how you become the energy of love, and you leave the perceptions of the past behind, and those perceptions of who you are, what the world is, because they were all based on, again, an imbalanced parent, a parent that wasn't happy. Because a parent that bullies their child isn't happy, but you don't have to live that. And also know, if a parent did that to you, most likely it was done to them, and not that it's okay, but it's that they're still stuck in their trauma. You are breaking that generational trauma by healing it. And that's by going out into the world and finding out who you are and seeing, again, what resonates with you, so you can create a whole new life. We'll leave him off with one more card, and that is goodness, which is refine your character and overcome your difficulties by remaining positive. You calm your heart, and you illuminate your intellect to transform shadow into light. You consciously manifest goodness in and around you and improve your qualities for the benefit of all, the Spirit's saying. And then we are going to pull one more, which is choice. Choose serenity, light, and positive energy. No matter what you go through, you choose happiness. You rise above fear, and you direct your thoughts to God. Again, that everything's a choice. This, you could have been with this person if you wanted to settle for less and you wanted to sit there and wait. It was a choice. It's a choice for you to be happy. You might as well, everyone everyone grows up in an environment where there's some sort of imbalance. No one grows up in a perfect, household. Just some are a lot more imbalanced than others. But regardless, it's a choice. Every day we have a choice, whether we want to be happy or whether we want to be sad, whether we want to look at the world through the glass is half empty or whether the glass is half full. It's your choice. But it's your choices that are what creates your reality. And choosing you was the best choice for you because that is what allows you to again cut the negative karmic cycle so you can quantum jump into a reality that you want to experience. And that's really what it's all about. That's what healing is about. You get to see yourself differently because you embody a whole new consciousness. I'm going to leave that there. You let me know how you resonated, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.